Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the 1985 season in Season Ticket Baseball. I'm actually going to close the window. I was trying to get some fresh air in here, but that's starting to drive me nuts now. I don't want that curtain going crazy on me. We are at Memorial Stadium for Block 42 of my 1985 replay. Today is September 22nd, 1985, and we are featuring an American League East matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees. Once I get the historical score for today's game, we will go through the divisional rundown we'll go through the current division rundown in the replay. September 22nd. Good news for the Yankees, but we'll come to more of that in a minute. Okay, divisional rundown. In the National League, we'll look there first. In the East, the Cardinals are currently at 93 wins and 55 losses. They have wrapped up a playoff spot. The Mets are 9 games back of them at 84 and 44, or 84 and 64, I should say. And the Cardinals are close to clinching their division as well. As for the NL, the Expos are behind them at 78 and 70. As for the National League West, the Dodgers have wrapped up a playoff spot at 96 and 55. Despite their loss earlier this morning, the Astros have as well at 90 and 58. The Reds are behind them at 80 and 69. The Padres are at 74 and 74, but remember, a 500 record won't get you into the playoffs. Moving to the American League, the California Angels and the Kansas City Royals are currently the two main relevant teams in the division. The Angels have a record of 82 wins and 65 losses. The Royals are a game and a half back at 82 wins and 68 losses. The White Sox are currently 6 games under 500 at 70 and 76. So we will have to keep an eye on the White Sox. Every other team has been eliminated, and I think, nope, the Angels haven't clinched a playoff spot yet. But in the American League East, which is where our attention turns this afternoon, the Yankees have a win-loss record currently of 98 wins and 51 losses. They have clinched a playoff spot. The Tigers are behind them at 86 and 63. The Blue Jays are a half game back of the Tigers at 85 and 63. The Baltimore Orioles come into this game with a record of 82 wins and 65 losses. They are very much in the thick of the playoff picture, but they need to put some wins together. The Red Sox have a record of 76 wins and 72 losses. The Brewers are facing doomsday at a record of 67 and 80. The Indians have already hit doomsday. The Yankees can clinch the division today with a win and a Detroit loss, which is what brings us here. And speaking of that historical good news, the Yankees actually won this game historically by a final score of 5-4. So that is nothing but good news for the Yankees as they're trying to clinch the American League East today. And the Tigers have the Red Sox in fast score. So that's first. So we'll see what happens in today's game. Fans are filing into Memorial Stadium we're expecting a sellout and a sea of orange and black. So let's jump into this action. Starting pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles today is Ken Dixon, 8-4 with a 3.67 ERA, 162 innings pitched, 108 strikeouts, 64 walks, and 20 home runs in 85. The lineup that he's going to have to keep in check from the Yankees is a very powerful lineup. While the Orioles get loose behind Dixon, what say we meet them? Leading off for the Yankees, we've got Ricky Henderson in center field, Ken Griffey in left field, Don Mattingly is at first base, Don Baylor is the designated hitter, Ron Hassey's catching, Dan Pasqua in right field, Mike Pagliarlo is at third base, Rex Hudler is at second base, and Bob Meacham is at shortstop. And I do not envy the Orioles trying to contain that lineup as the Yankees close in on the division title for 1985 in the AL East. Leading off for the Yankees, we have got Rickey Henderson. 314 average, 24 home runs, 72 RBIs in 85. We are using black, white, and orange dice for this one. Orioles are the home team. Yankees are trying to clinch the American League East. The Orioles are trying to play spoiler. Which team will achieve their goal? Only the dice know, and in order to find out what the dice know, we have to go to the same place every other game starts. That is with the first pitch. We will lead off with a 3-12, which Henderson is going to see Henderson getting frozen by a slider for strike 3. Out number 1, we are underway here at Memorial Stadium. I was about to say Yankee Stadium for a second, but no, it's Memorial Stadium that we're at as we're underway here. Ken Griffey is now the batter. 274 average, 10 home runs, 69 RBIs in 85. Dixon looking in at Dempsey for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 3-0-4, and Griffey's going to get frozen by the high heat for strike 3, out number 2. Griffey tells the umpire, no, that pitch was high. The umpire says, no, you're high. You're also out. Go sit. Don Mattingly, now the batter for the Yankees. 324 average, 35 home runs, 145 RBIs in 85. Dixon looking to Dempsey for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 528. And Dempsey, that's going to be a walk, as Dixon will lose control of a slider for ball 4. And Mattingly will get on with 2 outs. Don Baylor is now the batter. 231 average, 23 home runs, 91 RBIs in 85. Dixon will look in at Dempsey for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 163. And a 163 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Getting under that for the Orioles is going to be Shelby. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Yankees. Score is now New York 0, Baltimore coming to bat. And if Dixon is intimidated by his counterpart on the mound for the Yankees, he is not showing it. He did not show it in the first. Starting pitcher for the New York Yankees is Ron Guidry. 22-6 with a 3.27 ERA. 259 innings pitched, 143 strikeouts, 42 walks, and 28 home runs in 85. He will be on the mound for the Yankees. And while the rest of the Yankees get loose behind him, we will go ahead and meet the Orioles starting lineup. I'll tab back into OBS. Leading off, we've got Alan Wiggins at second base. Lee Lacy's in right field. Cal Ripken is at shortstop. Eddie Murray is at first base. Mike Young is in left field. Floyd Rayford is at third base. Gary Roenick is the designated hitter. John Shelby is in center field. And Rick Dempsey's catching. That's the lineup Guidry has to keep in check for the Yankees today, if the Yankees are going to try to wrap up the AL East in this block. Leading off for the Orioles, we've got Alan Wiggins. 285 average, no home runs, 21 RBIs in 85. And I will see you guys for the top of the second, after I make some small adjustments here. Guidry will get the sign from Hassey. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 558. That doesn't sound like it's going to be a good start for the Yankees. Pagliarolo. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. Wiggins could try to stretch that into a double, but he's not going to. He will be content with the leadoff single. This is September baseball. You do not want to be making mistakes. The Yankees will go to double play depth, and stepping into the batter's box now for the Orioles is Lee Lacy. 293 average, 9 home runs, 48 RBIs in 85. Lacy is going to swing away. Guidry will get the sign from Hassey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 171, and a 171 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Pasqua will get under that one for the Yankees. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 1. Cal Ripken, now the batter. 282 average, 26 home runs, 110 RBIs, and 85. Guidry looks in at Hasse for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 478 against a lefty, 478 is going to be a base hit into right field. Wiggins looking at the right fielder. Right fielder is Pasqua with an arm of a 4. Wiggins will hold at second. Actually, I think a 1B plus might send him over to third regardless, but I doubt it. I think the plus just means the runner scores. Let me just double check that. There we go. He does go to second. Eddie Murray, now the batter. 297 average, 31 home runs, 124 RBIs, and 85. Fans at Memorial Stadium are on their feet, hoping the Orioles can get something out of this inning. Wiggins at second, Ripken at first. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 478 against a lefty. A 478 is going to be lined right to second base. Putting his glove up in self-defense is Hudler. He will step on second and double off Wiggins, and that will retire the side. Stadium groans. Ugh. Two hits, but the Orioles can't do anything with them. We are scoreless here in Baltimore after 1. And an L4 double play serves to end the inning for the Orioles. Stopping in with chat, leading off the inning, the top of the second for the Yankees, we've got Ron Hasse. 296 average, 13 home runs, 42 RBIs, and 85. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 190, and a 190 is going to be a wild pitch. Ball 1, we will do it again. That is a 429 against a righty. A 429 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Wiggins will get that one ranging to his left. He will make the throw over to Murray at first. 1 out in the inning. Dan Pasqua will now step into the batter's box. 209 average, 9 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 85. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 541. That'll send us over to second base with Wiggins, and it'll be grounded right at Wiggins. He'll take it on a hop, throw that over to first once again. Out number 2. Two outs, and Mike Pagliarulo, now the batter. 239 average, 19 home runs, 62 RBIs, and 85. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 474 against a righty, a 474, Pagliarulo is going to get a hold of that one. That'll be a base hit into center field. He will be content with a 2-out single. Rex Hudler will now step into the batter's box. 157 average, no home runs, 1 RBI, and 85. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, he will pitch. That is a 134. That's going to turn into a 334, and Hudler is going to get frozen by the changeup for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1 hit, but the Yankees can't do anything with it. The Orioles continuing to play spoiler as we get set for the bottom of the second. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of Sunday afternoon baseball here on the channel. Top and bottom of the second will bring the middle of the Orioles order up. Mike Young leading off for the Orioles. 273 average, 28 home runs, 81 RBI, and 85. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 364, and a 364 is going to be Young getting frozen by a slider for strike 3. That is out number 1. First strikeout of the day by Guidry. Floyd Rayford, now the batter. 306 average, 18 home runs, 48 RBI, and 85. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 331, and Rayford's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 2. Second strikeout of the day for Guidry. Two outs, and here's Gary Roenick. 218 average, 15 home runs, 43 RBI, and 85. Guidry looking in at Hasse for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 463 against the lefty. A 463 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Hudler will grab that one. He will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Orioles here in the bottom of the second. Still no score at Memorial Stadium after 2. You have to wonder with this Yankees lineup, though, how long is no score going to last? Top of the third starts us with the bottom of the Yankees order as Bob Meacham steps into the batter's box. 218 average, 1 home run, 47 RBIs, and 85. Hudson finishing up his warm-up tosses. He will now get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 454 against a righty. A 454 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Coming under that one for the Orioles is Young. He will step in for that one. Out number 1. Henderson, now the batter. Henderson is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. Dixon gets the sign from Dempsey. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 179, and a 179 is going to be a 1-out walk for Henderson. He will trot to first as Dixon loses control of a slider for ball 4. The infield will go to double play depth, and here's Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 1. Henderson's going to try to get the jump here against Dixon with a hold of a 2. Can he get the jump on Dixon? Let me re-roll that. Dixon throws over to first, nails Henderson. Henderson too far off the bag. Dixon picks him off. Stadium cheers. Yay! Now I've got to figure out how to enter a pickoff in Digital Diamond. Oh, here we go. What a huge pickoff by the Orioles as the Yankees try to get aggressive on the base paths. 2 outs, and now Griffey. And now Griffey has nobody on the base paths. As Henderson gets picked off. Dixon gets the sign from Dempsey, and he will pitch. First time on the channel I've had anybody picked off. 409 against a righty is going to be grounded right in front of the plate. Dempsey jumps off the plate. He will get that over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Yankees. The pickoff kind of derailed the inning for New York. We are still scoreless as we get set for the bottom of the third. Picking off Henderson was a huge get for the Orioles in this case. Leading off the bottom of the third, we've got the bottom of the Orioles order. Here's John Shelby. 283 average, 7 home runs, 27 RBI, and 85. Guidry will look to Hasse for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 663. That'll turn into a 673, and that'll be grounded right back to Guidry. He will throw that over to Mattingly at first for 1 out in the inning. Rick Dempsey is now the batter. 254 average, 12 home runs, 52 RBIs in 85. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 389. And a 389 is going to pop Dempsey up on the infield. Getting under that at first base in foul territory slightly is Mattingly. He will make the play, out number 2. Wiggins, now the batter. Wiggins is one for one. Guidry looking at Hasse. We are still scoreless here in the bottom of the third. 2 outs in the inning. Guidry will set, and he will pitch. That is a 581. That's going to be into center field where Henderson waits for that. And it'll be a fly ball right at him. He'll take a couple steps in just to make sure he's under it, make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles here in the bottom of the third. We've got a pitcher's duel as we're scoreless here at Memorial Stadium after 3. Top of the fourth, we'll bring the heart of the Yankees order up. Here's Mattingly. Mattingly reached on a walk his first time up. Dixon looking in at Dempsey for the sign. Fans at Memorial Stadium are loud, hoping the Orioles can prolong their season. Dixon will set, and he will pitch. That is a 140. That's going to be turned into a 340, and it's going to be a fly ball into left field. Tracking that down for the Orioles is going to be Young. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. And here's Baylor. Baylor's 0 for 1. Dixon looking in at Dempsey once more for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 573. That's over to left field where Young's waiting for it. And it's going to be a fly ball right into the left field. Young will track that one down. He'll make the catch once again. That is out number 2. Hasse, now the batter. He'll stop to chat with Dempsey for a little bit. Hasse, though, is 0 for 1. Dixon trying to keep this game right where it is. He will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 553. That's over to third base. Third base is Rayford, and it'll be a grounded right to him. Rayford will take his time, throw that across the diamond, and that'll get Hasse by a couple of steps, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees here in the top of the fourth. We are moving into the bottom of the fourth, still no score. Bottom of the fourth brings the top of the Orioles order up. Here's Lacey. Lacey's 0 for 1 today. Dixon so far going pitch for pitch with Guidry. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse, and Guidry will pitch. That is a 231 against a righty. A 231, that's going to be a base hit by Lacey. He will reach with a leadoff single. The infield will go to double play depth for the Yankees, as the batter now is Ripken. Ripken is 1 for 1 with a single. Guidry knows he wants to get a double play ball here. He will get the sign from Hasse. Guidry will set, looking over to first, and Guidry will pitch. That is a 274 against a righty. 274, uh-oh. Ripken's into one that is deep to left field. Ripken has got a power of a 7. Does he give the Orioles the lead with one swing of the bat? Ripken gets into that one to center field. Going back for it is Griffey. He's back to the track. He's near the wall. And the ball is going to die out there. It'll fall into Griffey's glove for the first out of the inning. Stadium groans. Ugh. Ripken can't believe it. He got one to hit. Guidry gave him a bad pitch, but Ripken got under it. Here's Murray. Murray lined into a double play his first time up. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 467 against a lefty. 467. Murray's going to get into one into center field. That's going to be a double. What's Lacey going to do? Lacey's got a speed of 5 against center fielder of Henderson with a 3-arm. They're going to wave Lacey home. Murray's going to go to second. Lacey's got a speed of 5. He's challenging Henderson's arm of a 3. This has to be a 13 for Lacey to score. And that throw, I'm going to re-roll that since that looks cocked. That throw is going to get cut off. Lacey will easily come around all the way from first to score. The Orioles will take the lead on the play. Lacey will score 1-0 in favor of the Orioles. Stadium cheers. Yay! Lacey turning on the Jets as that got to the gap, and he will score. And here's Young. Young today is 0 for 1. Guidry has got to shake that one off. He will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 271 against a switch right. 271. Uh-oh. Guidry making another bad pitch. That is deep to center field. Young, or left field. Young with a power of a 9. Guidry making another mistake. Can the Orioles take advantage this time? And what's left of that baseball is going to end up somewhere out of the stadium, as that's going to get out of here with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Griffey going back for that one. Back to the track, back to the wall, and I'm pretty sure that ball got obliterated. But anyway, that ball is gone. Home run, Mike Young. As the Orioles expand their lead 3-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! Oops. That's not what I was trying to do, Digital Diamond. Guidry threw a grapefruit over the plate. Young turned that into fruit salad, and now the Orioles have a 3-0 lead. Here's Rayford. Rayford's 0 for 1. Hasse going out to talk to Guidry on the mound, saying, Hey, Ron, we've got an AL East title to win today. Can you not be making bad pitches? Guidry will get the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 178, and that's going to be a walk. Apparently, Guidry didn't get the memo of, hey, stop making bad pitches. The infield will go to double play depth, and Roenick is now the batter. Roenick today is 0 for 1. Guidry needs a double play ball pretty badly. He will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 545. That's over to second base, where Hudler's waiting for that one, and a 545. Hudler, 545. That is going to be a base hit into right field. Rayford will content himself at second with the single. And the Yankees appear to have a problem on the board here, which could be something to know going into the playoffs. Batter now is Shelby. Shelby today is 0 for 1. Guidry gets the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 188, and a 188 is going to be a bloop single, and now the bases are full of brown birds. The infield has to play in. Batter now is Dempsey. No place to put him. Dempsey is 0 for 1. Hasse is going to come out and talk to Guidry saying, hey, what's going on here? Get this under control. We're also going to get some activity in the Yankees bullpen as Guidry appears to be very shaky today. Rod Scurry is going to start to get loose for the Yankees. They've got to stop this bleeding and now. So Scurry's going to start getting loose in the Yankee bullpen. There's no place to put Dempsey. The infield has to play in. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 608. That'll turn into a 618, and that'll get popped up on the infield. Calling everybody off at second base is Hudler, but the infield fly rule is going to be called. 2 outs in the inning. Hudler will make the catch anyway, just for completeness' sake. Batter now is Wiggins. Wiggins today is 1 for 2. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. Fans at Memorial Stadium are loud, hoping Wiggins can deliver a big-time hit. Guidry will set, and he will pitch. That is a 547. That's over to second base, where Hudler is waiting for that one, and a 547 is going to be a base hit into left field, and the carousel turns. Rayford will score. Everybody else will... Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. That is a base hit. Okay, never mind. So Rayford will score. Everybody else moves up. Everybody else moves up. 4-0 in favor of the Orioles. Stadium cheers. Yay! Lacey, now the batter. The Orioles trying to bust this open right here. Lacey is 1 for 2 with a single. Fans at Memorial Stadium are on their feet. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 636. That'll turn into a 646. And that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that is going to be Hudler. He will throw that over to Meacham at short to get Wiggins, and that will retire the side. But what an inning for the Orioles. 4 runs on 6 hits and a walk. And the Orioles now have a 4-0 lead after 4. The Orioles leave them loaded, but after getting 4 runs out of the inning, I think the fans will forgive them for that. And I got my lineup screwed up on the Orioles side. Now I'm trying to get it unscrewed up. Okay, there we go. But the Yankees lineup is very capable of erasing a 4-run lead. Not the way they're batting today, but they are capable of doing it. Leading off the top of the 5th for the Yankees, we've got Pasqua. Pasqua's 0 for 1. Dixon looking in at Dempsey for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 467 against a lefty, or against a righty. 467 is going to be a swing and a miss by Pasqua as he gets in front of a slider for strike 3, out number 1. Here's Hudler. Wait. Nope, it's not Hudler. I got my lineup screwed up for the Yankees. It's actually Pagliarolo set to bat. Pagliarolo is 1 for 1 with a single. Dixon looks to Dempsey for the sign, and he will pitch. That is a 124. That'll turn into a 324. And Pagliarolo gets frozen by a splitter for strike 3. That is out number 2. Splitter catches enough of the bottom of the zone to be a called strike 3. And that is the 5th strikeout by Dempsey today. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter now is Hudler. Hudler's 0 for 1. Dixon looking to Dempsey for the sign once again. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 445 against a righty. 445 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that for the Orioles is Lacey. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Yankees here in the top of the 5th. The Orioles holding a 4-0 lead as we get set for the bottom of the 5th. Hasse and Guidry having a chat on the mound as Scurry continues to throw in the bullpen for the Yankees. Just checking on. Okay, we got a couple things to catch up on there. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Orioles, we've got Ripken. Ripken is 1 for 2. Guidry needs to shake off that terrible 4th like now. He will get the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 570. That'll be into left field where Griffey's waiting for that, and it'll be a fly ball right to him, maybe taking a couple steps to his left, but Griffey will track that down easily for the first out of the inning. Murray, now the batter. Murray is 1 for 2 with a double. Double and an RBI. Guidry, well, actually he entered the game. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 533. That's over to Mattingly at first, and he will get that without any problems. He'll wave off Guidry coming over to cover the bag. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 outs in the inning. Young, now the batter. Young is 1 for 2 with a 2-run bomb today. 2 outs in the inning. Orioles holding a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Guidry gets the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 281 against a switch right. 281. Uh-oh. Young got into another one. That is deep to right field, or deep to left field again. Young with a power of a 9. Does he get this one out and extend the Orioles' lead? Young gets into that one to left field. Griffey going back for that one. He's back to the track, but he's slowing down as the ball looks like it's going to start to come down. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th. But Baltimore holding on to a 4-0 lead after 5. Once again, the Orioles are trying to play spoiler for the Yankees, clinching the AL East today. Top of the 6th, we'll see the bottom of the Yankees order due up. Leading off is Meacham. Meacham's 0 for 1. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 453 against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one for the Orioles is Young. He will make the catch for out number 1. This Yankee offense has been pretty quiet so far today. Here's Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 1 with a walk, but he got picked off. Dixon gets the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 494. Henderson against a righty is going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3. That is out number 2. Two outs, and here's Griffey. Griffey's 0 for 2. Dixon looking over at Dempsey for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. with a 276 against a lefty 276. Uh-oh. Griffey's into one to right field. Griffey with the power of a 5. Does he get the Yankees on the board? Griffey gets into that one to right field, but he's going to get under it, and he realizes it. Lacey will track that one down near the track, but he'll have plenty of room to make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees here in the top of the 6th. The Orioles continue to hold on to a 4-0 lead. Bottom of the 6th, we'll bring the second half of the Orioles order up. Guidry will continue to pitch as Scurry continues to get loose. Here's Rayford. Rayford today is 0 for 1 with a walk. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 505. That'll give us a rare play. I got to move all my reference stuff so I can get to a rare play. Let's see, that is a 635. 635 on a rare play says, weak chopper in front of the plate. Batter contacts the ball after leaving the batter's box and is ruled out for interference. So we're just going to call that a G2 to get to the same place. Because that's basically what happened. 1 out in the inning in any case. Roenick, now the batter. Roenick is 1 for 2 with a single. Guidry gets the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 668. That'll turn into a 678. Plunk. Guidry comes a little bit too far inside with the heat, and that'll drill Roenick. Roenick will go to first as he's hit by the pitch. The infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Shelby. Shelby today is 1 for 2. Guidry trying to get out of the inning. The infield wouldn't have been at double play. Well, the infield wouldn't have been at double play depth, but they are now. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse as Shelby waits for the pitch. Guidry will set, and he will pitch. That is a 261 against a switch right 261. That's going to be a fly ball into right field. Tracking that one down for the Yankees is Pasqua. He will make the catch for 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Dempsey. Dempsey today is 0 for 2. Guidry looking in at Hasse for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 465 against a lefty, 465. Dempsey's going to come through. That's going to be a double, and Roenick's going to score all the way from first. He'll turn on the Jets. And the Orioles make the Yankees pay for Guidry coming a little bit too far inside. As Roenick will score, Dempsey will go to second. 5-0 in favor of the Orioles. Stadium cheers. Yay! Wiggins, now the batter. Wiggins is 2 for 3. Guidry trying to get out of the inning and limit the damage. Although the Yankees' offense needs to give him a lot of help here. Guidry will get the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 552. That'll be over to third base where Pagliarulo waits for it. And a 552 is going to be grounded right to him. He will take his time, get that across the diamond, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit and a hit batter. The Orioles now have a 5-0 lead after 6. As Sunday afternoon baseball is decidedly not going the Yankees' way today. Top of the 7th brings us to the heart of a Yankees order that is more than capable of erasing a 5-run deficit. Here's Mattingly. Mattingly today, though, is 0 for 1 with a walk. The Yankees' bats have been very quiet as Dixon has had some great stuff. He will get the sign from Dempsey. Dixon will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a 5-0-2. That'll be another rare play. That's going to be a 245, and a 245 says, batter strikes out on a swinging third strike. Batter suffers batting injury on a swinging third strike. Let's see. I do want to practice these injuries. So batting modifier. So Mattingly played 159 games, which means his roll modifier is a +5. So roll all 3 dice and add the modifier. I want to get used to how these injuries work so I can add those to the... So I can add injuries to... Let's see, that's a 12 plus 5 is 17. That's a bruised foot. He'll play through that. But he is out on strikes here. That should be 1 run. Mattingly's going to play through that today. Here's Baylor. Baylor today is 0-2. I do want to add injuries to the play. I want to add injuries in the playoffs, but I want to start getting used to how they work. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey, and he will pitch. That is a 149, and a 149 is going to be a swing and a miss by Baylor as Dixon paints the outside corner for strike 3. That is out number 2. And that's a pretty nasty breaking ball Dixon has today. That will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th strikeout by Dixon today, as he's keeping this Yankee lineup in check. 2 outs, and the batter now is Hassey. Hassey is 0-2. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 323. And a 323 is going to get popped up on the infield. Getting under that at third base for the Orioles is Rayford. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees in the top of the 7th on a very quiet offensive day for them. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Feel free to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. As usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of it. I will, however, take a small break. As Troy Sawyer now joins us here at Memorial Stadium, obviously happy with what he's seeing. Don't forget, we still have Fast Score after today's game. Our next block day is tentatively scheduled to be September 26th, 1985. The reason I say tentatively scheduled is because in looking at the games, there is nothing there that interests me in terms of focusing on the pennant race. So I'm considering what to do with that. I may either extend the ticker. I may play around with the ticker length to get to a better matchup. The one I'm eyeing so far is stopping the ticker on September 25th and going to the Astrodome for a matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Houston Astros. Fernando Valenzuela would be going for the Dodgers, and Nolan Ryan would be going for the Astros. But I'm going to wait for Fast Score before I make that decision on what I want to do, because the Dodgers, looking at the standings here, the Dodgers are 4.5 up on the Astros. If there's a lot of breathing room there, then that idea becomes less appealing. But if the Astros pick up ground on the Dodgers, then that idea becomes a lot more appealing. We'll see what I want to do later as we get to Fast Score. What we have to do now, though, is go back to the bottom of the 7th here at Memorial Stadium, as the Yankees are going to take Guidry out of the game. He's been very shaky today. Coming in to pitch for the Yankees will be, once Digital Diamond cooperates with me, will be Rod Scurry. 1-0 with a 2.84 ERA. 12 and 2/3 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks, 2 home runs in 85. He will be charged with the top of the Orioles order. Here's Lacy. Lacy is 1 for 3. Scurry will get the sign from Hassey. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 695. Ooh boy, 705. Lacy thinks he's got into one deep to center field. Lacy with a power of a 4. Does he greet Scurry with a basically? Does he give Scurry a very rude welcome into this game? Well, it's not quite as rude as it could be, but Lacy's going to get that one deep to center field. It's going to drop, though. He's going to run across the bases and slide in safe at third with a leadoff triple. What a play by the Orioles. The infield has to play in. They don't want this to get any worse. And here's Ripken. Ripken today is 1 for 3. Lacy is going on contact. Let me just check the infield for the Yankees just to confirm that. Let's see, 3. 1, 3, 2. Yep, Lacy is going on contact. Ripken waits for the pitch. Scurry gets the sign from Hassey, and here's the pitch. That is a 110. That'll turn into a 3-10. And Ripken gets frozen by a changeup on the outside corner for strike 3. That is out number 1. Scurry paints the outside corner, gets the call, and Ripken is retired on strikes. That is a big strikeout if you're the Yankees trying to close a little bit of this gap. And here's Murray. Murray is 1 for 3 with a double today. Lacy waiting at third for the pitch. He is still going on contact. Scurry will get the sign from Hassey, and he will pitch. I'm going to make a note here. That is a 282 against a switch right. 282 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be Griffey. He will make the catch. 2 outs in the inning. Here comes Lacy to the plate on the catch. The throw from Griffey is off target. Lacy's going to score. The Orioles will extend their lead, and they will lead 6-0. Stadium cheers. Yay! Young, now the batter. Young is 1 for 3 with a 2-run bomb. Scurry gets the sign from Hassey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 205 against a switch right that'll turn into a 405. And Young will trot to first as Scurry loses control of a slider on the inside corner for ball 4. And Young will have a 2-out walk. Rayford is now the batter. Rayford today is 0 for 2 with a walk. Scurry gets the sign from Hassey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 191. And a 191 is going to be a walk as Scurry will lose control of a cutter for ball 4. You cannot be giving these Orioles free base runners. That's the second free pass that Scurry's given up today. Here's Roenick. Roenick today is 1 for 2, and he's been hit by a pitch. Scurry gets the sign from Hassey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 258 against a righty. 258 is going to be a called strike 3 on Roenick as the cutter finally works, and Scurry will retire the side. But a bad inning for the Yankees. 1 run on 1 hit and 2 walks, and the Orioles extend their lead to 6-0 after 7. Dial-I Heyday now joins us here at Memorial Stadium. And believe me, I am very tempted by that matchup of Valenzuela versus Ryan. Now, it wouldn't be our normal... now, that would be on normally day 4 of the ticker block. I usually play one game per 4 days of baseball. But just to explain a little bit of what's going on here, Dial-I, I was looking at the feature at the games on September 26th, 1985. And based on the standings in the pennant race, which I'm trying to focus on, nothing there looks that interesting, which is why I'm looking at stopping on September 25th and taking it. And since the Dodgers and the Astros are still kind of in a cage match for the NL West, that would be a very justifiable marquee matchup. So pencil that in for now, but let's see how Fast Score goes first before I jump on that idea. Because we are also very much getting into the tail end of the regular season. Top of the 8th coming up, and Pasqua is now the batter. Pasqua's 0 for 2. As the Orioles are here at Memorial Stadium, trying to play spoiler on the Yankees clinching the AL East. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey, and he will pitch. That is a 542. That's over to second base. That's Wiggins. And it'll be grounded it'll be grounded to his left. He will range for that and fire that over to first for out number 1. Pagliarolo, now the batter with 1 out. Pagliarolo is 1 for 2. Dixon looking in at Dempsey for the sign. He will set and he will pitch. That is a 232 against the lefty. 232 is going to be grounded right back to Dixon. He will take it on the hop, throw that over to Murray covering the bag. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Hudler. Hudler today is 0 for 2. Dixon has had great stuff today. The offense has given him a lot of help. Dixon gets the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 656, and that'll be a grounder over to third. Grabbing that up for the Orioles is Rayford. He will throw that across the diamond, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Yankees here in the top of the 8th. Dixon is pitching a gem today, and that is to put it mildly. Bottom of the 8th will bring the bottom of the Orioles order up. Here's Shelby. Shelby today is 1 for 3. Scurry trying to keep this damage limited to where it is. Scurry gets the sign from Hassey. He will set and he will pitch. With a 197, and Scurry's going to lead off the inning with a walk. What was I saying earlier about giving the Orioles free base runners? That'll send the infield to double play depth, and here's Dempsey. Dempsey today is 1 for 3 with a double. Scurry will get the sign from Hassey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 211 against a righty. That'll turn into a 411, and Dempsey's going to work another walk out of the at-bat. Scurry having some control issues today. That is his 4th walk, and we're going to get some activity in the some more activity in the Yankee bullpen. As starting to get loose for the Yankees, they're not going to need their closer most likely. Let's see, switch righty. The Yankees are going to get Brian Fisher warming up, as Scurry seems to be having a lot of control issues today. Here's Wiggins. Wiggins today is 2 for 4. Scurry gets a sign from Hassey. They need a double play desperately. Scurry will set, and he will pitch. That is a 6. I'm going to re-roll that die since it was cocked. 635, that'll turn into a 645, And that'll be a ground ball over to third. Over to first, I should say. Mattingly will grab that. He will throw to Meacham at second. That'll get Dempsey. Dempsey will try, or not Dempsey. Meacham will throw back over to first to Mattingly, but that won't be in time. Wiggins will be safe on the fielder's choice for 1 out in the inning, as Shelby will make first. Or not Shelby. Shelby will make third. That's where I was trying to go with that. Shelby will make third. Wiggins will make first. Dempsey's thrown out. 1 out in the inning. And I think the Yankees here, do they play in to try to keep the damage to a minimum, or do they want the double play? The batter now is Lacey. Lacey led off the bottom of the seventh with a triple. Otherwise, after that, he is 1 for 2. Lacey does hit into double plays. I think the Yankees are going to play for the outs here. Although that's a tough situation. Yeah, I think the Yankees are going to play for the outs here. Scurry will get the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 574. Waiting for that is Griffey, and a 574 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Griffey will track that down. He'll make the catch. That is out number 2. Shelby's got to try to score. He's got to challenge Griffey's arm of a 5. Can Shelby get to the plate? That throw is going to get cut off, and Shelby's going to score on the sacrifice fly. Wiggins will hold it first. That'll be 7-0 in favor of the Orioles. So that's going to be F7 or 3+. 7-0 in favor of the Orioles. Stadium cheers. Yay! Shelby goes into the 8th spot. Okay. Ripken is now the batter with 2 outs. Ripken is 1 for 3. Scurry gets the sign from Hasse, and he will pitch. That is a 669. That'll turn into a 679. And that's going to be a bloop single just out of the infield. Wiggins will make third. And the Yankees just cannot catch a break. This is looking less and less like it's their day to clinch the AL East, which Troy Sawyer is probably happy with. Here's Murray. Murray is 1 for 4. Scurry gets the sign from Hasse. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 249 against a switch right 249, it's going to be a swing and a miss by Murray, and that will retire the side. But what an inning for the Orioles. 1 run on... Let's see, yep. 1 run on 2 walks and a hit. A sacrifice fly by Wiggins scores now 7-0 Orioles after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? God, I hope not, because we'd have to be here for a while for the kind of 9th inning magic the Yankees need. Stopping in to check in with chat. I also want to check on my timers. Okay, we'll get this rocking and rolling here. Leading off the top of the 9th for the Yankees, we have got Bob Meacham, as Dixon is going to continue to pitch. He's been pitching a masterpiece today. Meacham today is 0 for 2. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. Fans at Memorial Stadium are on their feet in appreciation of Dixon's performance. Dixon will set, and he will pitch. That is a 192, and a 192 is going to be a wild pitch, ball 1. We'll do it again. This time it's a 579. That's into left field. Left fielder for the Orioles is Young. And a 579 is going to be a base hit for Meacham. He will get on, and that'll be the first point of pitcher fatigue against Dixon. Could this be the start of the Yankees' comeback? Again, God, I hope not. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 2 with a walk. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 348, and a 348 is going to be a walk, and that'll be the second point of fatigue against Dixon. And maybe here come the Yankees. Batter now is Griffey. Griffey is 0 for 2. I didn't think we'd need this, but we are going to get some activity in the Orioles bullpen as lefty, righty, lefty. The Orioles are going to get Tippy Martinez warming up in the bullpen. Dixon will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 543. That's over to second base where Wiggins gets that. And that's going to be a base hit for the Yankees into right field. Meacham will stop at third, though. And here come the Yankees. The bases are full of pinstripes. Fans at Memorial Stadium are panicking. Batter now, Batter now is Mattingly. Mattingly is 0 for 2 with a walk, and that is going to be it for Dixon. The Orioles do not want funny business here. They are going to go to the bullpen at this point. And Troy Sawyer, not necessarily pro Orioles, but anti-Yankees. I hear that a lot. Coming in to pitch for the Orioles, try to stop the bleeding. Dixon got into the ninth, but they're going to turn it over to the bullpen at this point. Now that the Yankees have got serious trouble, the Orioles are going to turn this over to Tippy Martinez. 3-3. Excuse me. God, I'm gaseous today. 3-3 with a 5.40 ERA. 70 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, 37 walks, and 8 home runs in 85. And we will give Martinez a little bit of time to get his warm-up tosses in because I need to step away for a few minutes. So yes, we've got high drama here at Memorial Stadium. So we'll take a small break and we'll come back to a high-stakes at-bat for the Yankees. We're back, and we've got at least one person hoping for Tippy Martinez to make a very big-time pitch. To say nothing of the rest of the fans here at Memorial Stadium, the infield is going to stay at double play depth. They want the outs, and Meacham's run doesn't mean anything. Mattingly has got a ton of power, though. Martinez will look to Dempsey for the sign. He will Meacham at third, Henderson at second, Griffey at first. Mattingly with a very powerful bat on his shoulders. Martinez will set, and he will pitch. That is a 289, and against a lefty, 289. Uh-oh. Martinez proceeds to serve up a meatball to Mattingly. The question now is, can Mattingly turn that into pizza? Mattingly has got a power of a 9. What's left of that base... Actually, hold on. Let me total that up again. 9 and 14. Mattingly is... Actually, where was that going? Yep. Mattingly gets into that one. He's going to hit that into right field. That'll get back to the track, back to the wall. Leaping up on the wall is going to be Lacey, and he's going to make a great catch, and that'll rob Mattingly of a grand slam. What it won't rob the Yankees of, though, is their first run of the day. As Meacham will come in to score, Henderson will go to third. While Lacey's recovering from that, the Orioles will get on the board. Or not the Orioles, the Yankees will get on the board. 7-1 in favor of the Orioles. Stadium cheers. Yay, or stadium cheer size. Yay, phew! That was a very scary situation if you're the Orioles. But all of a sudden, now you've got runners on the corners with one out, and Baylor now the batter. Baylor is 0 for 3. The infield is going to stay at double play depth. Again, they want the outs. Martinez will get the sign from Dempsey. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 432 against a lefty. 432 is going to be grounded right back to the pitcher. Martinez will turn, throw that over to Mattingly at first, or not Mattingly, Murray at first for 2 outs in the inning. Henderson will score. Griffey will go to second, as the Orioles now hold a 7-2 lead on that play. And the last chance for the Yankees comes down to Ron Hassey. Hassey today is 0 for 3. The Yankees trying to make this interesting, but they're not doing a very good job of it. They're wondering where all this offense was when Guidry was on the hill. Martinez will get the sign from Dempsey, and he will pitch. That is a 5-11, and that'll be grounded right back to Martinez. He'll pump once, pump twice, throw to first. That's your game. The Baltimore Orioles survive a scare here at Memorial Stadium and play spoiler to the Yankees, trying to clinch the American League East as they pick this game up by a final score of 7-2. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. Connect before we go through the final line score. There we go. For the Orioles, 7 runs on 11 hits and no errors. For the Yankees, 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Winning pitcher is going to be Ken Dixon. He had a gem today. He'll pick up the win. Ron Guidry will pick up a tough loss, as the Yankees are unable to clinch the American League East. Well, at least not on the board, they can't get it. They may still get it in fast score, which is where we're headed next once I do some cleanup. And anybody who would like to weigh in on the next feature game can go start looking up September 26th, 1985. Also look up the 25th and the 27th, because looking at the 26th, nothing looked interesting there in terms of the pennant race. As of right now, we're penciling in stopping Fast Score at September 25th and going down to the Astrodome for a matchup between the Dodgers and the Astros, even though that was the feature game this morning. But it's hard to pass up a marquee pitching matchup between Fernando Valenzuela going for the Dodgers and Nolan Ryan going for the Astros. And now for the look around the majors, we are turning to our friends at Fast Score Baseball. The Orioles play spoiler to the New York Yankees, trying to clinch the AL East with a 7-2 victory over the Yankees. But let's see how the rest of the majors fared as we get set to run through the ticker tape. First up on September 22nd, we've got the Tigers and the Red Sox. Tigers, 855, that is 6. Red Sox, 1051, that is 5. And that's a win for the Tigers, as the Tigers try to make up some ground on the Yankees. Indians and the Angels. Indians, 815, that is 1. Angels, 1264, that is 8. And that will be a win for California. Athletics and the White Sox. White Sox are trying to get above 500. They need to do a lot of work, though. And that doesn't seem likely to help. Athletics, 1054, that is 6. White Sox, 1133, that is 4. And that is a win for the Athletics. Twins and the Royals. Twins, 831, that is 3. Royals, 1154, that is 6. And the Royals will double up the Twins. Mariners and the Rangers. Mariners, they're both 13s. I didn't realize that. Mariners roll a 23, that is 3. Rangers roll a 24, that is also 3. They will go to extras. Mariners roll a 4, plus 2 is 6. Rangers roll a 6, plus 0 is a 6. By virtue of home field advantage, the Rangers will pick that game up in extras. Brewers and the Blue Jays. Brewers are facing doomsday here. They are against Dave Stieb for the Blue Jays. If the Brewers lose, they become mathematically ineligible to qualify for the playoffs because you have to have a winning record. Can the Brewers salvage their playoff eligibility? Let's find out. That roll is probably not going to get it done. Brewers, 232, that is 2. Blue Jays, 1163, that is 8. And the Bluebirds tame the beer makers and bring the Milwaukee Brewers to doomsday. The Brewers have officially been eliminated. Reds and the Astros are both 10s. Reds roll a 62, that is 7. The Astros roll a 43, that is 4. And that game belongs to the Reds. Pirates and the Mets. Pirates, 446, that is 4. Mets, 16-15, that is 3. And the Pirates will get that win. Cubs and the Phillies. Cubs, 866, that is 9. Phillies, 725, that is 2. And that is a win for the Cubs. Doesn't even mean anything really because both teams have been eliminated. Braves and the Padres. Braves, 564, that is 7. Padres, 1043, that is 5. That is a win for the Braves. Dodgers and the Giants. Dodgers, 1145, that is 5. Giants, -124, that is 1. And the Dodgers put a hurting on the Giants. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos, 614, that is 1. Cardinals, 762, that is 6. And the Cardinals will take that win. Okay, I was getting confused for a second. September 23rd, Tigers and the Red Sox. Tigers, 1016, that is 2. Red Sox, 1921, that is 4. And the Red Sox will double up the Tigers. White Sox and the Angels. White Sox, 763, that is 7. Angels, 963, that is also 7. They will go to extras. White Sox roll a 5 plus 0. Angels roll a 3 plus 2 is 5. By virtue of home field, that'll be a win for California in extras. Indians and the Athletics. Indians, 816, that is 2. Athletics, 2112, that is also 2. And that high-powered lineup of Oakland somehow is going to extras with Cleveland. Indians roll a 5, minus 3 is 2. Where was I? Athletics roll a 6 plus 0. That'll be a win for the Athletics in extras, as Philip Anderson joins us here in... Anderson now joins us here for Fast Score. If I want to go Red Sox and Toronto next, or go Kansas City and Seattle, so Kansas City can get on the board for potential tiebreakers for September 26th. I didn't actually think of tiebreakers because I was just looking at... I was trying to get the games that focus on the board as much as possible. But yes, I probably should look at a tiebreaker game potentially. Let's see, looking at Red Sox and Toronto next. Let's see if Toronto would help me for tiebreakers. That could end up being relevant, actually, especially with the Orioles picking up a big win on the board here. So I will think about that. Thank you for the suggestion, Philip, because I was looking at a disaster of games on the 26th. But I didn't even think of the tiebreaker angle. Anyway, coming back to Fast Score, we've got the Mariners and the Rangers. Mariners, 732, that is 3. Rangers, 1153, that is 6. And that is a win for the Rangers. Brewers and the Blue Jays. Brewers, 645, that is 4. Blue Jays, 1363, that is 8. And the Blue Jays will double up on the Brewers. Expos and the Cubs. Expos, 824, that is 2. Cubs, 933, that is 3. And that is a win for the Cubs. Expos picking a very bad time to go on another skid. Dodgers and the Astros. Dodgers, 733, that is 3. Astros, 1152, that is 6. And that's a win for the Astros. Mets and the Phillies. If Angels and Kansas City end up tied, yeah, that's another thought. Mets, 1411, that is 0. Phillies, 964, that is 8. And the Phillies pick up that win, as they're trying to play spoiler on the Mets as well. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 613, that is 1. Padres, 855, that is 6. And that's a win for the Padres. Pirates and the Cardinals. Pirates, 564, that is 7. Cardinals, 1161, that is also 7. Hold on, 564. Yeah, that is 7. They will go to extras. Pirates roll a 4, minus 2 is 2. Cardinals roll a 6, plus 0. That'll be a win for the Cardinals in extras. September 24th, White Sox and the Angels. White Sox, 846, that is 5. Angels, 765, that is 8. And that's a win for the Angels. Orioles and the Brewers. Orioles, 1411, that is 0. Brewers, 1236, that is 4. And that's a win for the Brewers. Okay, the Orioles have only played twice so far. Tigers and the Yankees. Tigers, 944, that is 5. Yankees, 1241, that is also 5. They will go to extras. Tigers roll a 1, minus 1 is 0. Yankees roll a 2, minus 2 is 0. Because of home field, the Yankees will take that win in extras. Indians and the Athletics theoretically should have a shootout on paper. I'm trying to get my die. There we go. Indians, 2011, that is 1. Athletics, 2244, that is 7. And at least the Athletics remember what the bats on their shoulders are for, as they get that win. Royals and the Mariners. Royals, 554, that is 5. Mariners, 953, that is also 5. They will go to extras. Royals roll a 6, plus 2 is 8. Mariners roll a 1, plus 2 is 3. That will be a win for Kansas City, however, in extras. Twins and the Rangers. Twins, 056, that is 4. Rangers, 1151, that is 5. That is a win for the Rangers. Red Sox and the Blue Jays are both 11s. Red Sox roll a 31, that is 3. Blue Jays roll a 26, that is almost certain to also be 3. It is. And that is sending us to extras. Red Sox roll a 2, minus 4 is negative 2. Blue Jays roll a 5, plus 0. That'll be a win for Toronto in extras. Expos and the Cubs. Expos, 1332, that is 4. Cubs, 711, that is 0. That is a win for the Expos. A win they badly needed. Braves and the Reds. Braves, 662. That is 6. Reds, 1863. That is 9. And that game belongs to the Reds. Dodgers and the Astros. Dodgers, 1035. That is 4. Astros, 342. That is 3. Wait, 342? Yep, that's 3. That's a win for the Dodgers. Mets and the Phillies. Mets, 1265. That is 9. Phillies, 642. That is 4. That's a win for the Mets. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 154. That is 4. Padres, 835. That is also 4. They will go to extras. Giants roll a 2. -1 is 1. Padres roll a 4. +0 is 4. That'll be a win for San Diego in extras. Pirates and the Cardinals. Pirates, 126. That is 2. Cardinals, 1363. That is 8. That is a win for the Cardinals against the Pirates. Okay, let's see here. So 2-1 so far, 1-2 for the Astros with 3 more games apiece. I'm going to look at the standings here, because if that made any kind of movement, so the Dodgers would be 5.5 up with 8 to play for them and 11 to play for the Astros. I think we are going to move the ticker along here, because 5.5 is a fairly significant gap. If that was more like a 2 or 3 game gap, I probably would have stopped the ticker there and gone with my plan. But we are going to move the ticker along here, as we're going to go to September 25th. White Sox and the Angels. White Sox, 1031. That is 3. Angels, 841. That is 4. That's a win for the Angels. Jai, I know you're going to be a little bit disappointed that I didn't stop for the marquee matchup between the Dodgers and the Mets with Valenzuela against Ryan. But I do want to keep the ticker moving here a bit, and we're starting to get toward the 85 playoffs. So there's definitely a desire to push things along here, and I want to make sure my tiebreakers are also as even as I can possibly make them. Anyway, with that ramble out of the way, Orioles and the Brewers. Orioles, 1965. That is 11. Brewers, 1244. That is 5. And the Orioles beat up on the Brewers. Tigers and the Yankees are both 10s. Tigers roll a 56. That is 6. Yankees roll a 62. That is 7. And the Yankees will get that win. And with that win, the New York Yankees have clinched. Actually, they probably clinched earlier in fast score. But the Yankees will win the American League East Division, which means they will go no lower than the 2 seed in the American League playoffs. Indians and the Athletics. Indians, 1721. That is 3. Athletics, 1533. That is 4. That is a win for the Athletics. Royals and the Mariners. Royals, 1266. That is 11. Mariners, 322 is going to be a lot less than 11. That's 1. The Royals put a hurting on the Mariners. Twins and the Rangers. Twins, 1963, that is 9. Rangers, 262, that is 5. And the Twins will pick that win up. Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Boston still fighting for their playoff lives. Red Sox, 734, that is 3. Blue Jays, 1234, or 1233, I should say. 1233, that is 4, and that's a big win for the Blue Jays. Mets and the Cubs. Mets, 664, that is 7. Cubs, 856, that is 6. And that is a huge win for the Mets as they're trying to keep pace in the National League East and the wild card races. Braves and the Reds are both 9s. Braves roll both 9s, right? Yes. Braves roll a 52, that is 5. Reds roll an 11, that is 0. That is a win for the Braves. Dodgers and the Astros. Valenzuela and Ryan. This would have been our feature game tomorrow night. Dodgers, 954. That is 6. Astros, 532. That is 3. And that's a win for the Dodgers. I will promise that if these two teams meet in the NLCS, actually I'm almost certain that we will have at least one matchup between Valenzuela and Ryan in an eventual playoff series between these two teams. I'm pretty sure they're both the number 1 starters on their respective staffs. Expos and the Pirates. Expos, 152, that is 4. Pirates, 1954, that is 8. And the Pirates hang the Jolly Roger, potentially on the Expos playoff chance. Well, not on the Expos playoff chances, most likely. But the Expos are not in a good spot right now. Giants and the Padres. Giants, 354, that is 4. Padres, 723, that is 2. And that's a win for the Giants. Phillies and the Cardinals, last game of the block. Phillies, 643, that is 4. Cardinals, 1152, that is 6. And the Redbirds get that win. Now let me go ahead and update my standings so we've got everything as accurate as we have it, so I can choose our next feature, so we can look at our next feature game. Ooh, felt that in my knee. That was actually kind of very welcome. Thought I hit my arrow key there. Okay. Now let's get these updated. And indeed, the Yankees have clinched the AL East at this point, which means I can safely update that. Looking at the rest of my standings, I definitely want the... Actually, both the Royals and the Angels right now both have 3 appearances on the board. Kansas City, by far, with the better winning percentage on the board. The Orioles are still somewhat hanging around. Let's see, 8 and 7 is 15. Okay, no changes there. And okay. So now coming back to fast score. Just brought a pencil over here. Okay. So Philip was suggesting either the Red Sox and the Blue Jays next, or the Royals and the Mariners to try to get Kansas City on the board. I think what we're going to go with, though, let's look here. The Red Sox are at 77 and 75. And the Blue Jays are now back into the 3 seed over the Tigers. And I think we are going to put Toronto back in the spotlight. I think we are going to put the Blue Jays back in the spotlight. So tomorrow, we'll be back to Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for another AL East matchup between the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Jeff Sellers will be on the hill for the Red Sox, and Doyle Alexander will be going for the Blue Jays. That's the game we're going to go with for tomorrow. As for what else is coming up on the channel, Wednesday, we're playing game number 3 in my War Room list as we play the Hunters. As of now, I don't expect to have a smaller Tuesday stream. In fact, I could use a rest night to catch up on some maintenance projects. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will finish out of the Recipes from the World of Tolkien cookbook with the dessert, Bilbo's 11th birthday cake. Next week, and yes, it is a pleasure to go through these for the game and 10-minute fast score ticker. It's a bit more than a 10-minute ticker. I haven't gotten that down yet. Next week, I do expect to be starting into the playoffs for 1985. Once I get the final standings updated, I will provide a playoff schedule for at least the wild card round and the division series. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Baltimore Orioles briefly play spoiler on the Yankees, stopping them from clinching the American League East title with a 7-2 victory here at Memorial Stadium. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.